Hey, what's up, y'all? Silent Alonzo here. I just want to talk about some Dogelon Mars. I am getting home and I am ready to take me a hot shower, but I want to take a few minutes to share some information with you. So today was one heck of a day, wasn't it? I mean, we were seeing some lows and some falling knives that, I mean, wow, like who would put their hand out there and catch it, right? It's just crazy. But when you see those types of things, we often see like some type of recovery, right? We often see it bounce back pretty fairly quick, right? So that's considering that it does hit a bottom. And for us, our low on Dogelon Mars was 11.29. So who would put their hand out there and catch that? Hey, I'll tell you what, anybody using the Hail Mary strategy, right? We talked about that the other day on maybe like 2 or 3 of the videos that have been released recently. And, I was basically suggesting that when the market is looking like it has been, it might be wise to buy when it's low, but also save a percentage of that and put an order that's kind of ridiculously low, and maybe you might get it. So whoever put an order at 11.29 when we were in the 1500s, they got it. So somebody caught that falling knife. And hopefully it was a blessing, right? Hopefully tomorrow we continue to push upward and we don't continue to go downward, right? So always use that Hail Mary strategy. So what can I say? Our holders are increasing. I don't have an exact number, but I did see that we had gone up throughout the day. I also see that we are getting a lot more YouTubers to talk about Dogelon Mars. You got a lot more YouTubers that are becoming holders. So one of the ones that came to my attention today was through Paolo on Twitter, and it was a guy named Bob Sharp. And Bob Sharp has I don't know, he has over 100,000 subscribers, and so all of his people get to see the information about Dogelon Mars. And at the end of it, he does say that he also invested in it. So if you check out that video, you'll see that we're getting some bigger influencers involved, just like we were talking about earlier. So that is a big plus for all of us, for the entire community. And we need to grow as well, because we've also seen other channels popping up on, at least being popped up to my attention. You may have already seen them, and some of these I've seen and haven't mentioned. But let me go back to Bob Sharp real quick, because I just remembered. On there, he said he was trying to compare it to Shiba, and I guess he missed the part where we're also going to get into DeFi, NFT, and into gaming. So if you want to enlighten him to that, maybe he'll make a video on that as well. But other channels that I've seen, I recently saw the ISN Network, Stocknado. I've been looking at the charts for Vision Pulse Trades. He's a Dogelon Mars holder as well. So there's probably a couple other channels that I could mention, but they're slipping my mind right now. Keep in mind, I've been working all day, so don't hold it against me. But here's the deal. On Wednesday, all right, the 12th, right? Is it going to be the 12th? What day is it today? The 10th? I believe it's the 12th. Let me see. Let me look at my phone real quick. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it is going to be the 12th, Wednesday. They are going to be doing the CPI, which is the Consumer Price Index, and that's going to happen on Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. And what that does is that it measures the change in prices paid by consumers for goods and services. Okay, so some people say that it's the inflation rate, but it's called the CPI. All right, so on Wednesday they're going to be doing that, and some people say that what took place today is directly connected to that, and that depending on what's said there, we'll either pump or we'll dump, right? So that's something to keep in mind. And I want to, I guess, present the question here. What do you think is going to happen on Wednesday, the 12th, with this CPI? Are we going to pump? Are we going to dump? And I hate to, I guess, be kind of like doomsday-ish, like we might just dump, because that may not be the case. We may pump. This may be it. This may be the bottom that we've seen, and everything starts going upward, and whatever news is said there, it may not be about anything, right? It may not impact anything. So it may actually release some of this pressure and let us skyrocket for a little bit, right? And let us get back to normal. So that is something to consider, and it may be something that you want to look into and research a little bit more than what I'm telling you, because we all need to be aware of these types of things, because news can impact cryptocurrency in a major way. It could send it upward, it could send it downward. So hopefully whatever is said, it actually leads us to spike, and actually leads us to grow just a little bit more and push upward, right? So I'm trying to see what else I can go over. We do have ELON, right? That's coming up. We do have NFTs. We do have metaverse, right? We got DeFi coming up. All of this stuff has been mentioned. We, like I said in the last video, we really haven't seen Dogelon Mars flex their muscle in 2022 yet. And if you go back to one of the other videos, I was like, man, they're probably gonna wait until everybody's done flexing their little muscles, right? And then bam, we're gonna flex ours, right? That way it doesn't get lost in the news of everybody else, right? I mean, these people are going to be strategic, right? So, there is a lot to look forward to. I know that we dipped down super low today, and it was fast, right? And, when you see something like that, you start feeling like, oh man, what is going on, right? Am I going to lose everything? Look, check this out. Look, man, you can't, how can I put it? To sell at a loss, or to say that the cryptocurrency market is over with. I mean, are you really going to bet against the crypto market? That would be like bet against the entire stock market, right? These things are going to rebound. They always have. There have been crashes and corrections since all of this stuff has began. So you got to understand that these are part of what we signed up for, right? And if you take advantage, you always end up in a better position, all right? Because you can look at it in two ways. You could be like, oh my God, the sky is falling and I'm losing everything. Or you could say, man, let me take advantage of this opportunity and lower my cost average and maybe get my hands on a little bit more, right, for my dollar, right? Or whatever currency you're using to purchase it, right? You're going to get more because the price is lower. But sometimes you got to move quickly. You got to move quickly. You saw that it hit, what was it, 1129? Let me make sure. 1129, and it didn't stay down there that long. That's why those Hail Mary orders help, because when that wick shoots down, or when that wick goes all the way up, it's gonna bless somebody. All right, it's gonna bless somebody. So if you have an order there, a ridiculous order, right? That's why I look at it as, it's like a ridiculous order. Like, you wouldn't expect it to go down that low or to go up that high, but guess what? It did, and you were there. So we got this falling knife, that took place, and we rebounded a little bit. Hopefully we continue to rebound. We've got the 12th coming up, and the CPI, so be prepared for that. And we got new influencers getting on board, and the task is still on Wednesday. It doesn't matter if the CPI is happening, we're still trending. We're still trending, and all of these new influencers that are out there, all of these YouTubers, get on board. Let's flood the market on Wednesdays and Fridays. Let's create content. A lot of you people create memes. A lot of our community are graphic designers. I mean, there's so many talented people in our community that if we hone in on all of this and we leverage our own talents, we can grow exponentially, at least our reach. Okay, at least our reach and our content. And I really enjoy seeing the amount of content that's being pumped out, and I like seeing new people involved in doing this. And like I said, I will always do my best to support and maybe even mention. I may not be able to mention everybody, but if I see your channel, I'll go over there and I'll tell you, hey, great work. So with that said, if you ain't got no Dogelon Mars, get you some.